Hey everybody, Lisa Haverly here, Nature Superhero Network. It's Friday. Maybe that means a good thing for you. Maybe you'll be working yet this weekend. So wherever you are in the world, hello to you and thanks for listening. So it's Friday and I thought occasionally, I'm not going to commit to every Friday, I would do something called Fulfilling Friday and share a glimpse of what it might look like to bring nature into the therapeutic process. And so I'd like to share a story from this week with a client. The client is 8 years old, and it's the month of December here in the United States, and Christmas is approaching, okay? And so I'm just giving you some background here. And I want you to also know that what's important to me, and essentially why I'm developing this framework, it's important to me to support clients' mind, body, and spirit. And when I say spirit, it really is whatever that means for the client. And so upon intake, I usually ask the question if there's any kind of belief systems that it would be helpful for me to be aware of in supporting their child. I think it's also equally important that we are aware of our own belief systems, what our own biases are, and to make sure we have that boundary, because it really is about supporting the person or people's in front of us. And so with that, then I had this 8-year-old show up for therapy, and he comes bounding down the hill, very excited to be here. He loves this space, so very happy. And he says to me very matter-of-factly, "Miss Lisa, how are we going to bring in the Christmas spirit? We could probably do that outside, right?" So cute, right? I mean, wow, what a question. And so, of course, I turned the question back on him. Well, how should we do that? How do you want to bring in the Christmas spirit? And he wanted to draw a picture. And he first wanted to draw it on my chalkboard in my indoor space. So in the space we go, he draws the picture, and drawing is one of his goals. So we're working on shapes and kind of directionality, top, middle, bottom, drawing a person, all of these pieces. So he starts with the sky and the sun. And, I'm providing some skilled intervention here, maybe a verbal cue, a point cue, a model, as he's drawing. But he wanted to draw a house, and then he wanted to draw an angel by the house. Perfect, okay? And so I supported him in that process. And then he said, well, now we need to go outside and draw the angel in the snow. Perfect. I mean, he's totally leading this whole session. And I'm just there to hold space for and support this very important piece of him. And so we went outside, we drew the angel in the snow, working on body parts, talking about where they are spatially on our body, connecting the body parts. And then I suggested, what do you think about making snow angels in the snow? So there I'm supporting the body and the bilateral integration. We did some other things, outdoors. And then he proceeds to tell me why angels matter to him. And I did nothing more than just sit and listen to him, hold space for him, validate him with nodding and tell me more. But in that moment, I really felt like that was a moment of supporting a child's mind, body, and spirit. And so I wanted to share that example with you, that when those moments show up that may seem like maybe you're supporting the spiritual part of a child, that's one way to do it without having to really do very little, but allow the child to guide, to maybe ask guiding questions. Anyhow, I wanted to share that with you this Friday that has fulfilled me in this way this week. And so hopefully that's helpful for you in seeing really what nature-based therapy can look like as we support the mind, body, and spirit. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you down the road.